Saturday morning. Let's go into the shop and see what I've been doing here at Jack's Service Center down in Opp, Alabama. Hadn't got back to the firewall yet. Been too busy doing some other tearing out and straightening up. Over here on the driver's side. The cattle had been caved in where the door had been swung around too far. I had to remove the door where I could get to it. I first tried to get the gaps re-lined up on the door just to see what I had to do. I turned around and cut just the panel itself off, leaving as much as I can all the way around it. This here door post, I reckon you call it the A-pillar, was pushed around just enough it would cause the door be in a bind and it would spring back open when you tried to push it shut. I've had to put me some blocks of wood in here, and I took a prize bar and put it in there, and I pulled around on it, and down here a little further I pulled around on it, and down there I pulled around on it. I checked the opening on the other door openings, got it all figured out. I marked it down over here on this here. And I measured and priced till I had it within probably a 1/16 of what it's supposed to be, all the way up and down. Now I got to remove the lid. This is all lead where they seamed it together. Got to remove all that. Finish cleaning everything up. This panel in here I got to tear out because it's rusted out right down here, and that's what I showed once before where I had to take it out. And it was a flaw in the body, what it is. And you see this seam right here? See, it wasn't there filled, it's wide open. Dirt slanging off the wheel would go up in there, water, dirt, and get in there and run down in between that, and then eventually it would rust it out. But I got a new one I got to get to cut and put it in there. It's coming along. Now the new panel, probably what I'm gonna end up doing is somewhere over in here I'll cut this thing, because the old panel I cut way back up in here to get it off. But I'm gonna go over in there, and that way the hood will cover it up if I can't make it look finished, but I should. Then I have that there repaired on this side of his 52 Chevrolet pickup truck. The door is in mint condition. I got to change the door lock out. I got one ordered because one's in there. It don't shut. It'll latch on the first latch, but it won't go to the second one. And I've done all I know to do to it. It's part of just wore out because that come off a 54 Chevrolet truck. And hey, what do you expect? This one here got 73 years old. But I still like a little bit of floor work. As soon as I get all this mess cleaned up, I got some rust. You can see the daylight through some of it right there. I got to cut out and replace that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut this floor slam out like I did the other side and patch it all back in. Might do a little bit of sandblasting work on some of it, but it's coming along. I like to be done with it, but hey, it's so hot, it's hard to stay out here in this shop. Now I've tore all the gauges and everything out of the dash. I'm gonna sand it down real good and put a new coat of black paint on that. I'm getting ready to take the headliner out of it because the rats have done chewed the holes all in it, and that's the original one. But see if I can't order me another one, go back in it and get it tore out and cleaned up. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna put up in there as far as a deadener. I was gonna put this here kill mat up in there, but I think when it gets hot, it's gonna turn loose and fall. I'm gonna have to research it a little harder. But go ahead and get a new coat of paint around all this thing. Cause I'm ready to get the motor back in it. I like a little bit steel out here on this firewall down there close to the frame right there. She's rusted into, but that's what I was saying earlier. Get it done and water wheel and clean up the rest of the rust on it, and put a coat of reformer on it to kill the rust. But that's what's going on this Saturday down here in Off Alabama at Jack Service Center. Y'all like and subscribe my channel, and tell your friends about it. I like for this channel to grow just a little bit more. Maybe I can get more content put up, but it's hard to film and work too. I like doing my work, but I have to stop and start. I can get more done. I know a lot of these here places keeps talking about how long it takes to do a video. I'm not in it for the money or anything. I just want to show people what's happening down here. Maybe some of this here I'm doing help people get an idea of what they can do. This here, what I've done this morning, I use just regular hand tools to do all this work. I use the drill out the spot welds. I used an old broke off screwdriver and I sharpened it to a sharp point to chisel out around where those weld spots was where I could peel that piece off. You don't have to have fancy tools to do all this work. Now I got a MIG that I'm gonna MIG it all back together. I'll spot weld all of it back together and seam it up, and it'll look good when I get done. Now, this ain't my first rodeo at doing repairs. I've been a body man for over 60 years, I know. Now, I didn't follow it day to day. I had my own shop for years, and I closed it up and quit and decided I want to do something different and become a carpenter, and done that for 25 and a half years. And I'm still doing some paint body work for myself. I don't do it for nobody else, because people's picky how they want everything, and they just need to do it one time, then they wouldn't be so picky. But this is Jack, and this is my new shop. I gotta get through with it. I've been putting siding around the walls of it. This is an old barn. I gotta finish up there and close in a lot of it. And I bought me a lift. Until I can get this truck out of the way, I can't put it up. But at least I have a lift here one of these days. I always wanted one, just couldn't ever afford it. Now in my older age, I had the money and I spent it on it, and hopefully I can get it up before I decide to give it all up. The old motor, it still runs like a sewing machine. I'm still fighting a little bit of water leakage where it had a crack in the side wall of it. It's not bad. The motor sit there and run for just as long as you want to run. They'll run hot. But just, you can see the white down there. It's where it's seeping at, and right up under the manifold down there is a little bit where it's leaking. But it just seeps. And I've tried 2 different things. This time I'm gonna drain all the antifreeze out of it. And turn around and put water back in it. And I was told about some stuff that a guy down there at the parts sale said he'd just about guarantee it would stop it from leaking. Well, I'm gonna buy a jug of it and stick it in it and just see what happens. We'll wait and see. If it does, it does. I may eventually have to take and tear the side of the motor back down again and go back and retry to seal it up some other way, but we'll see. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all come back. Have a great day.